All right, here we are. I thought we were finished, but somehow I skipped one of the matches along the way. This ends up being the Raw Women's Championship. This is going to be Bayley in a fatal four-way going up against Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. Honestly, in this match, it sort of seems like everybody has a chance to win this ordeal. I was really one of the people that really believed that Bayley getting her moment at WrestleMania this year would have sort of been a great way to end Charlotte's streak. Just like they've done every single time with Charlotte. Bayley was able to beat her on Monday Night Raw. And when they announced that match and the way they hyped it up like it was going to be the main event, I think they telegraphed it. That Bayley was going to win the title that night. We've seen a lot of things during Bayley matches, such as Sasha Banks having to interfere, causing those victories, which has led to this fatal four-way. The one surprise is how Nia Jax snuck into this match. When we were talking about the proposed, leaked, whatever you want to call it, rumored WrestleMania 33 card, this was booked as a fatal four-way, and Nia Jax was nowhere in the title picture. She was just still just sort of squashing people left and right. She had a win on the Royal Rumble pre-show. She ended up getting beat on the Fastlane pay-per-view by Sasha Banks in non-dominating fashion, where Nia beat her up for the whole entire match. And then Sasha just happened to roll her up at the end. At Fastlane, we also saw Charlotte lose that pay-per-view streak that was touted out by WWE for so long. In the end of things, to me, honestly, I don't want to go as far as to say that it was just as important as the WrestleMania streak for The Undertaker. That was something that I never really bought into until he lost it. I remember battling back, saying that it never really made sense how Undertaker could win at WrestleMania each and every year, but then he could show up and lose at Extreme Rules or SummerSlam or Bad Blood or any Judgment Day. It's sort of any pay-per-view along the way that just didn't really have that big of a feeling to it. Undertaker can lose those matches, and nobody ever bats an eye. It is what it is. They go on, they fight another day. But because of the fact they won at WrestleMania, a streak that was sort of brought on accidentally, it meant something. But Charlotte losing the streak, now she can just go on and be like every other girl that's on the roster. At least she had something special where you knew on a pay-per-view she was going to step up to the plate and she was going to dominate. I think right now, as if Bayley's already had her moment in the sun and she's already been champion, I can cross her off the list. I think Nia Jax is somebody who's not going to win the title at WrestleMania as well. Can cross her off the list. So when it really comes down to it, I look at it as this is basically a matchup of Charlotte versus Sasha. Seeing how Charlotte was able to get the best of Sasha in their last ordeal, and I don't think they've had... well, I know they had that one match on Raw, which sort of a lot of people thought didn't really mean anything. But at the end of the days, when somebody puts together a Charlotte versus Sasha best of, or a match compilation of everything they've done in their career, that's going to be an important one that you have to book in, because that helps set up this year's WrestleMania match here. So I'm going to take Sasha to win this here. I know that when she's had her runs, she's had sort of like Mick Foley-like runs where she's won the belt on Raw and then lost it at the pay-per-view. So she's got 2 runs. I doubt she has more than 30-day title reigns when you add them up both combined. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're moving towards Sasha being the focus point of the Raw Women's division. And then we'll see where they build from here.